Go.
Is this thing on?
Microphone check.
Is this on?
Go.
What up?
Is it on?
We're not doing a podcast.
We're not doing a podcast right now. We're shooting a YouTube video. Even though a lot of my podcasts are on YouTube videos as well. But you guys haven't seen it yet. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. This video is about these two guys. And I didn't tell them before we got in this room what I really wanted to make this video about.
Really?
I tricked you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not
goes
ready.
my speed.
They're legit not ready for the questions. They have there's it's kind of along the same lines because I talked to them about before the video what it was, but I just want to throw a curveball, and I wanted to ask each of them. First off, how do you guys like the program?
Yeah, I mean, I personally like it just because it brings me back to like football days. So the training is it's like almost like, what's the word I want to use? This brings me back to high school football. So I'm like, it's gonna get you in shape, and you're gonna sweat like crazy. You're gonna burn fat. So I like it because it pushes you. So it's something new. So.
What about you?
I'll be honest, I hate it. It's hard.
Perfect.
It's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Perfect.
I hate like leg day for sure.
Every
Leg
single day
I
I struggle, and I'm not lying. I struggle. I'm hurting. I'm sweating, but is it gonna work? Yeah, of course. I'm already down, I think 7 pounds.
Damn.
So far, I feel better. My clothes is fitting better. So I don't like the process, the workouts, but I mean, it's exactly what I needed.
Yeah. Have you? Because this is kind of like the question I asked earlier. Then, have you experienced like? Because I know people, when anyone starts like a program, and whether it's like to get bigger, to get smaller, there's always outside influences.
Yeah.
Have you? Because I know you said it earlier, but have you actually experienced like any situations where you were like, "Fuck, I want to go
Of
drink or
course.
eat or whatever"?
Yeah, plenty of them. I have friends. I have a really small circle, but my circle is really tight. And over the past week, I've had 2 birthdays, and my birthday was on Monday as well. So
Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday! That's dope.
So we had a lot of events,
24?
parties.
24 now?
28 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm catching
You're
up.
my
to you.
age now.
No, 29. I'm playing. I was 28, turning 29.
So it's
I had to,
older,
curveball.
It's all good.
But yeah, we had 2 parties, and then my events or whatever, where I was like, man, people are gonna go out, eat, drink, enjoy themselves, and I'm over here focusing on something else. And even for my birthday, I usually go out, have some drinks. We'll go eat, something horrible. So what I did actually was I had sushi. I went to all you can eat sushi,
Nice.
but normally it's horrible, but
He's mindful of it.
Yeah.
I try to keep it as light as possible. I did mostly yellowtail and rice. And what I did prior to that was for breakfast, lunch, and my second lunch, I had just protein and veggies. So that way I could kind of like,
Have carbs at
compensate.
night,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So I didn't
Finding that balance.
Exactly, which is what I was talking to you about earlier. Is just finding a way to balance your life, your personal life, and what you're trying to do personally, on a fitness level or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, and just trying to make it happen. Do both at the same time.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
This is actually the real question I want to ask you guys.
Right.
What is going to make this time different for you? Because you've lost weight before,
Right.
right? What's going to make this time different?
Just honestly having you push me, and having you guys push me and hold me accountable, and making sure that I finish the job and stay there. Being able to actually keep it going
So how
for
do you say
years.
that? That's really the question though. Because we can get you there, they can help support you, I can
Right.
help get you there. How are you going to, like, 5 years?
Right.
And this isn't relevant. This isn't on YouTube.
Right,
and
right,
it's not
right, right.
popular then, right? How then?
Well,
How
I mean,
then?
just like the way I did it on my birthday, if I ever have something come up, I can plan ahead, eat, I guess you could say, light during the day, and then splurge at night, which is I think the best way to balance personal life and your fitness life.
So you think planning?
Yeah, planning ahead. It has to be, you have to plan ahead to be able to enjoy yourself and not completely, derail your goal. Because everybody goes out, and let's say, for example, you go out, you eat like crap, you drink a bunch of alcohol. What happens when you get home? What happens when the next day? You feel like you're horrible, you regret everything. Now you have to put in double work at the gym, you set yourself back. And like I told you earlier, why are you going to keep setting yourself back? Just get there. you know, push everything to the side for, you know, 3 months or whatever it takes for you to hit your goal. And then once you're at your goal, it's, you know, maintenance. Then you can go out, you know, have fun and take a day off and not have to worry about, oh man, I just, you know, went back a week. Because you're already there. Now you just got to, you know, get right back to whatever you were doing and you're fine. You don't have to worry about, you know.
I guess the real question is like, because all these people out there watching this video, right, they're all similar, they can relate to, or they're unique, or they have something completely different.
Right.
I guess the question is like, the real question you guys got to ask yourself, whatever your goal is like, and because everyone always asks me, how do you get motivation to do things, right? Is they ask you like, why are you doing it? Deeper than like just like looking better or feeling better. Like think about why you're trying to like be stronger. Is it because when you were younger, someone made you feel weak, or is it like? And like, people don't want to admit shit like this. People want to be like, no, I'm strong, and it's nothing personal. It's just like I just want to look better, I want to feel better, or I want to get chicks. But it's like you got to ask yourself the deep questions, which is like, do you feel a certain way about your weight, and does it affect your life? Like, do you feel like less of who you could be or less of who you should be, and people look at you a certain way, and you know that even though you don't want to admit that or say that to people, is that what's driving you? And then when you think about like, is this worth it for me to like not go and eat shit on my birthday because that matters to me more, feeling better about myself than eating shit on my birthday? The question you always have to ask yourself that question is, what is that why? Like, why are you really trying to change your body? Why are you really trying to change your life? Not just to look better, to be stronger, to whatever. Those are like very surface level things where you're like, this is just how I feel up here, but deep down, like, what is really pushing you? And if you ever feel like, okay, I want to go have fun, think about, okay, you want to go have fun, yeah. The thing that I was saying earlier was, if you spend 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 3 years feeling this way, where you're like, okay, I feel this way about myself, that personal feeling that you have about yourself, whether it's like, I don't like the way I look, I regret my decisions, or I don't like the way I feel, I don't like the way people perceive me, like those deep feelings, not just like, I want to be stronger, I want to lose weight. Those deep feelings, how long have you been feeling that? And then you're like, okay, I'm in the process, like they're in the process right now, and they want to lose 20, 30 pounds, they want to gain muscle, you guys, whatever you guys want to do. And it's like, you got to think, okay, I've been feeling like this for how many years of my life? That deep why, that thing that's there. It didn't just pop up yesterday. The thing that's there for 10 years, 20 years, 6 years, that feeling. And then you're like, okay, I don't want to feel like this anymore because I felt like it for 10, 20 years, 6 years, whatever it is. And now you want to get a goal of like losing weight or building muscle, and it's going to take you, let's say it's going to take you 2 years to get to everything you want if you put work in every day. And you're like, I've been feeling like this for 6 years, but I don't want to, but I really want to go eat that shitty food on my birthday that one day, and then the next week, and then the next week, I want to prolong these 2 years or this 1 year or this 6 months that's going to get you to your goal. But it's like, you got to put it in perspective. It's like, you've been feeling like a certain way for how long? When are you going to make a change and say, okay, I'm finally going to be like, I'm going to take 2 years out of my life, or I'm going to take 1 month or 2 months, 3 months, however long it's going to take for you to get to your specific goal and change your fucking life. Instead of living like, oh, I'm going to be like this for 6 more years. And now you're like, okay, but I want to have fun with my friends and I want to do these things. Like, oh, so do those things, but you're never going to fucking get rid of this feeling unless you change your fucking life. And I feel very strongly about this. Not just like for you guys, because I love you guys are friends. But I'm not saying your shit's this grave or like it's this bad. But like, I know you guys want better. And I know you guys out there, you guys want better. And if you've been feeling like that, you have to say, okay, I'm gonna take this time in my life. If it takes you a year, 2 years, I don't give a fuck, it takes 3 years. Would you rather take that long or than this prolonged forever and you're never happy about like that deep feeling? And you never change that deep feeling. It's ever like, man, like I feel like I can breathe again, I feel like I'm happy again. Like deep down, not just on the surface of when you tell people, yeah, everything's good. Like, because that's not always true. I can say in my life that's not always true. There's tons of moments where I'm like, everything's fine, and it's not fine. But I'm telling people it's fine, but there's something deeper that I need to figure out. So whatever that is, that should be the thing that drives you when that moment comes and they say, oh, come drink, come eat, come whatever. And I know I want to do it, you know you want to do it. You're like, but deep down, that's not the best choice. And at some point, I'm not saying you can never do that again, but you have to get to where you're going first before you can be like, okay, let me find a different balance. You can't be trying to go there and be like, well, let me find the balance. But it's like, you've been trying that for 6 years and it's not working. So what's the difference? And that's the biggest question, is what's the difference now? What's gonna change for you guys now? That's all, that's what I really want. Because I know both of you guys want it. You've done it, you've lost weight, you've been up, you've been down. Why now and why in 5 years is it gonna be different? Because I don't want to talk to you in 5 years, but like, fuck it, I gotta get back into it. Like that's the common story that you hear from everybody. Everybody, and it's there's nothing wrong with you or anyone who's done that. But it's like, what's gonna be that real fucking change? What's gonna be the thing that really makes you do it? And he may not want to say it. He may not want to say it. I may not completely share all my things that go on in my life, and that's fine. But it's like that's the thing you have to think about. That's the thing you have to think about. Whatever that is, find it. So balance will become easy. But yeah, sorry, I got fucking hype. I got on a tangent, bro. I'm sorry. So the question for you then is the same thing. Is like, what do you think is gonna be the thing that helps you like really change?
I just think just being able to find, like you said, the balance that we talked about. I think I never really found it because I was always just falling into, like I said, going out and drinking and never really finding that balance. But what changes now, I think, is my mindset. Because now you know that all these things are always going to be there, like the drinking and eating out. All those things are always going to be there. But your happiness is what's most important. And if you want to neglect that with all that stuff, then obviously you're gonna fuck up even more. So the thing that's gonna be different with me now, not like I said, the support system, and just the life lessons you get out of this. It's really what's gonna help you, because you know when once you get it done, you're gonna be able to find that balance like we're talking about. So what's different now is just being able to know that I have the confidence, I have the support system, and I know that I can get it done, whether it be, just being able to change, your mindset overall to, say no to all this stuff and just focus on your goals, which is, most important.
Yeah, I want to say two things to that. So first off, the support system, obviously, like, if you guys got me on Twitter or whatever, like, I tweet all day long. If you guys are doing the program, tweet at me, say what's up, like, share that with me. Like if you need, or if you don't have a support system like this, try and find it where you're at in your gym, wherever, like friends, people that care about you, or tweet me or say what's up. If I can do it, I'll be there if you have no one. But to the second point, the thing I want to bring up to you is like, just like, it's the same thing, right? The same thing is, remember how you hit 315, easy. Mm-hmm. But at one point you couldn't. Yeah. Right? And you're like, I want to do this. And all your training, everything you did is like, you worked towards that. It took weeks, however long it took. Like when were you like, I want to hit 315 on the bench press?
I think it was when I saw a video of you. I was like, damn, fuck, I want to hit 315, but I just kept training like.
How long ago was it though?
315?
No, how long ago would you like, I want to hit, like when you couldn't?
Probably like a year ago.
And then like within a year,
I just started.
So you worked on it.
I worked on it.
And that's the thing is like, people don't understand that like literally every goal is like that. Some goals are just like more easy for you to put in your brain and be like, oh, I could work towards this and like the outcome. But every goal is the same way. Like you want to hit 315, you're like, what can I do to hit 315? You work harder, you work more on the bench, you work on the accessories for the bench, and eventually you hit it. Like goals like that have to do with fat loss and goals that have to do with like those big changes it's the same exact thing, but it's way more difficult mentally. Yeah. Because you can go, oh, I could just like bang this, I got this eventually, right? Obviously at some point, like powerlifters who are benching 500, squatting 800, that takes the same sort of dedication, and like, I gotta do this every day, every second of the day, which is kind of like a fat loss goal. It's like everything you gotta think about your meals, so it's harder, basically is what I'm saying. Some goals are harder when it comes to like changing your body, but it's all essentially the same, where you figure out what is working, what's not, and how you're gonna go towards it. So I guess what I'm trying to say that is to just be like, you're gonna complicate shit, you're gonna complicate like what you're doing, how you're doing, but like try your best not to. Try your best to just be like, think about balance. Even though my balance in my life is not perfect, and I can't sit here and say that it's great, I figured it all out. But think about your life, the things that are really important to you on the top, the surface level, things that are important to you down low, in your heart, deep down, things maybe you don't share with everybody. And then think about the things that really matter and where you want to go, right? Those three things. And then when it comes to fat loss, it's like, okay, I need to, basic shit really, eat less food, do more work. And then the point is, the hardest thing is then you get to a point and you find it and you change, and how do we stay there? And I said earlier, and I'll say it again, you think about what moved you in the first place. And that's this whole goal thing simplified, But like if you figure out those points, right, before you like expect to get there and stay there. You have to figure out all those things. It's not enough to say I want to lose weight. You got to figure out that deep feeling why. Because then when you start to go back down the route of I'm lose, oh shit, I feel like shit again. You're gonna remember, okay, what is that thing? What was that thing in the first place that got me here? So that's what I'm saying. In 5 years, you have to always remember that fucking moment in your heart that's like, it should make you want to cry. It should make you be mad. It should make you feel fucking emotion. That moment, that feeling, that thing, you should be like, call upon that and be like, I'm not letting this shit happen again. I'm not going back to how I felt because I feel so good now. So that's the thing in 5 years. That's the thing when you find your difference, when you find your goal, that's how you fucking stay there. Is you think about that moment. And I just wanted to put you guys in here and just talk about that shit. Because I love you guys. You guys are good guys. And you guys both deserve what you want, for sure. So, yeah, that's it, man. That's really it. And if you guys want to share anything else, go ahead.
Oh, that hit. Because, I mean, like you said earlier, it's all about mindset. And, I mean, just sitting here talking about this, I'm like, man, there's nothing in my life right now that I want more than this. And that's the reason why I didn't, go out and party on my birthday. And I usually, I go out, I'll drink and I'll eat a lot of food. And my thing is cheesecake on my birthday. And everybody knows, like, get them a cheesecake, and candles and whatnot. But this was the first year in, man, at least 8 years that it didn't happen. And it's because everybody around me knows that this is my #1 focus right now. And I think that's the reason why I'm actually going to accomplish my goal this time and keep it going is because I don't ever want to have to do this again. I'd rather just maintain and be able to find that balance, be able to go out and enjoy my cheesecake, once in a while without feeling bad about it or backtracking and, prolonging my goal even more.
You're always going to go up and down. Know that, guys. You're always going to go up and down, but you're exactly right. It's like, that's what you got to find. Don't be afraid that if you go down, like everything's going to, it's not true. Like, as long as you're able to go like this, you just don't want to be like bottom out that. You don't want to bottom all the way out. It's like, sometimes that's good in certain situations, but not all situations. No. Not this situation.
Not this one, bro.
No, not this one. Wrap it up. Anyways, yeah. But sorry, I didn't mean to I didn't mean to joke.
Hey, it's happened to me. I've done it. Yeah. I've done it plenty of times, but it's not gonna happen anymore. So, thank you.
No,
Let's make it happen.
Support system.
Yes, sir. You're my support system.
Anything else you want to say?
That's pretty much it. It hit home, so we just gotta get it done.
Yeah. Cool. So if you guys want the program, click the link below, get it. Subscribe, turn on the post notifications, because YouTube, they don't really love us no more. So we got to make sure you guys follow it the right way, and if you do, you turn it on, make sure notifications on, you get the notifications. I love you. I'm out. Add the Instagram, add the Snapchat. They got Instagrams and shit too, so check them out. I tweet you.
Here. Plug me right here.
I tweeted you. People are like, yo, but you don't really use your shit a lot.
I don't really use Twitter. Like I just go on it to see.
You don't even use your Instagram, bro.
Yeah, I do. I've been using it.
Nah,
Kevin.
He be using it, bro.
Nah, you really use it?
Instagram, yeah.
Bro, you sold at least I think 100 programs through his link on his.
Oh, you did? Word? My boy! My boy finished, bro! No, I don't. Did you? No, you didn't. Oh, shit. I love you guys. I'm out.